called Prize Picks, and I think that's my 11th advisory board. Some of my companies, it's been fun to watch them, kind of flourish. Not everything goes wrong during a pandemic. Some companies do well, and one of them is Endgame Talent Agency, which just keeps getting new customers, and we're growing, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so spent some time talking to the company founders that I'm on the advisory board of, and so I'm surprisingly busy, and so I can't really say that I've been bored, And then last week, finally, I went over to my best friend's house. And then I went to Cabo, flew down to Cabo for 4 days and flew back. But we were on my friend's jet.
When we started an hour with the tower, Andy from Cardoon Direct, he says, you know what? I'm just going to send a tweet and you never know what will happen. I'll send it to the biggest, the most prolific poker player of all time and see what happens. And then we get a reply saying, do you know what, guys? Why not? So it is my pleasure. And the heart's going a little bit because even though it's absolute great pleasure that to introduce a guy that's got just about 24 million in life earnings. He's 22 all-time money list. He's got 15 bracelets. He's the only person to win the World Series main event and the World Series of Poker Europe main event. It is the great pleasure of mine, and fingers crossed by the end of it, he'll have just entertained us all, to introduce to you guys the one and only Mr. Phil Hellmuth Jr.
How's it going, Phil?
Oh, thank you very much for this, Phil. This is an absolute pleasure. When Andy sent that tweet, he says, who shall we get? And we were like, well, why not aim for the top? And this is as high as you can get for us.
Thank you. Yeah, when you send out a tweet, you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. We're starting with lockdown because we're obviously in strange times. We don't know what life is going to be like after. Is it ever going to be normal again? What has lockdown been for you? What's it been like?
Well, March 8th, I went to Draymond Green's surprise birthday party. I started skipping tournaments March 1st. I didn't go to the LAPC. I didn't even play in the Bay 101, which was in my backyard, the World Poker Tour here, because my friends were on top of this early and were warning me. But Draymond Green had a 30th birthday party. We all loved him, and we wanted to show him. So we took a private jet down at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. We had a dinner in LA. We went to his birthday party, and the jet left again at maybe 1 a.m. So I was back home by 3. But other than that, March 8th, I was locked in. I mean, I the most I did in 88 days is I went 2 blocks away from the house. And even then I felt like, so, the lockdown, I didn't anticipate that I'd be staying in place as much as I did. I didn't anticipate that I would play as much poker. I literally played poker at least 6 days a week. And I'm a guy that plays once every 10 days with my group of friends. And actually I did really well. I won a lot of money, and I joined another advisory board for a company called Prize Picks, and I think that's my 11th advisory board. Some of my companies, it's been fun to watch them, kind of flourish. Not everything goes wrong during a pandemic. Some companies do well, and one of them is Endgame Talent Agency, which just keeps getting new customers, and we're growing, and it's crazy. Yeah. And so spent some time talking to the company founders that I'm on the advisory board of, and so I'm surprisingly busy, and so I can't really say that I've been bored, And then last week, finally, I went over to my best friend's house, Chamath Palihapitiya, and then I went to Cabo, flew down to Cabo for 4 days and flew back. But we were on my friend's jet. So, and then I've been locked in for the last 8 days, back and stay in place.
It certainly is strange times for everybody, and obviously everybody was hoping that the World Series was still going to take place. Even though it's not your fault, is this the first World Series or the potential World Series that you would have missed since you were old enough to play?
Yes, I have not missed a series. I think I missed one World Series of Poker, Europe. And that was in 2018. I just told the guys, I said, I'm not going back. You should go every other year. And I was trying to make a point. I missed it. So I don't miss World Series of Poker ever. I don't miss World Series of Poker Europe ever. And I don't plan on it. So now, of course, today, big news. They just announced that, they're going to have 85 bracelet events.
It's enormous.
From July, online events from July 1st. So I just called the president of the ARIA, Steve Zanella, and he tells me that, we're in pretty good shape at the ARIA. We're really going to be very, safety minded. Yeah. And then, reading some articles about it, it seems like MGM has the best protocols for dealing with COVID. And of course, Wynn's up there with them. But I mean, of all the casinos, we're the best. And so the ARIA, so I feel very safe there. So July 1st, I'll be staying at the ARIA for a month. If they open, they might open the 4th of July. And looking forward, I mean, there's one event per day. So, I think it's, I'm going to be opening up a little bit going down there. And but I do feel like they're taking all the precautions at the ARIA.
Yeah, well, we have seen pictures over the last probably 3 or 4 days about Las Vegas opening up slowly but surely. Things trying to get back to normal as normal can be. It is strange times for everybody. But I'm just going to whiz you back. I'm just going to whiz you back to 1989 when you actually went like that. And then you went like that. And
I saw that picture.
And it's a clip. If you love the game, it's a clip that you watch over and over again. Obviously, we win it. If we'd have come second, if we'd have finished second to Johnny Chan, who won it the 2 previous years, do you think your career would have been a little bit different, or was this the path anyway?
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair question. I mean, that final hand, he had ace-7 of spades. I had 2 black nines, but there was a hand before that, where I had ace-10 against 2 10s, and I was lucky, and 2 deuces. I mean, it was a 2-way knockout to go from 4-handed to 2-handed. And if I lose that pot, then who knows? Maybe I don't win. I still think I'd probably have 15 bracelets, but you never know. I mean, it was a very and you have to remember, I mean, there's lots of times, as if you want to be, one of the greatest poker players, you always have your money in, generally speaking, with the best hand.
Yeah.
And you take a lot of beats over the years, a lot of big beats, and but I have to, you got to look back and realize, well, I had ace-10 of spades. Don Zewin had 2 10s. Steve Lott had 2 deuces, and I hit, and we were all in 3 ways. I wasn't all in, but it was a key pot for me to hit, and be thankful. And that's a good question though, because who knows? But I know this. I was already a professional poker player. I was already having tremendous success everywhere, and I feel like I would have continued along those lines.
Yeah, and continuing. Obviously, in 1989, you win the lot. But your dad wasn't overly enthused about it all, was he? But did Dad know best?
You have to understand, my dad has a PhD. He has a JD. He has an MBA. So, masters, I mean, that's a lot of letters. I mean, I don't know anyone. There's not that many people on the planet that have more letters than my dad. So, of course, now I'm the oldest of 5 and a guy. So, I mean, I was meant to be on this education path. I was meant to be, kind of, I was meant to graduate from college, and I never did. And so for him to then imagine and think that far outside of the box, to professional poker player, and in the 80s, I mean, my dad thought that was like a drug dealer, and so, but he saw me have a lot of success, and he decided to come to the 1989 World Series of Poker main event. Surprised me that he agreed to go. He agreed in December, and he flew out and he saw me in one of the best moments of my life, winning the main event. And you notice when I throw my hands up in the air like this in the YouTube video, when the last card comes off, like I think the 6 of spades, I go like this or whatever. And I turn and I look, you can see me turning because my dad was not in sight for 4 days. That was a 4-day long tournament. He wasn't in sight during the tournament, but I turned because, and there he is running up the aisle to greet me. And of course, security stops him because there's $1 million in cash on the table in 1989. And I wave him through. And within seconds of winning, I was able to embrace my father and give him a great hug. And then I bought a Mercedes-Benz, and then I married a doctor. And then, and so, and I'm still happily married 30 years later. So, and my dad's been to Vegas every year, I think, for 30 years to support me.
You turned him. You got him on the side.
Yep. I had to win the main event.
And 1993 in the World Series was probably one of the most insane runs for you. And 3 bracelets in 3 days. It could have been
no, not 3. Not 3 bracelets and 3. So the 1993 is interesting because John Benetti won 2 bracelets that year. And Ted Forrest won 3 bracelets that year. And I won 3 bracelets that year. So, probably they gave away 20 bracelets or something, or 18. And we won 8 of them. It was crazy year, 93. And I won 2 bracelets in 1 day. So that meant that I played the No Limit Hold'em tournament till about 5 in the morning. And I remember my wife was pregnant, and I don't know if she made it till 3 or 4 I think she made it till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. She's way too much of a trooper. And then the next tournament started at noon. And I was just exhausted because I just won a bracelet. I went for a run. There's no way I could sleep. And I entered the Limit Hold'em event. And I played poorly at first. And I remember going into the dinner break. I didn't have a lot of chips. But at least I was able to, I ate a half an hour before dinner break, and I went straight up for an hour and a half long nap. And I came back down, and the next thing I started hitting hands. And I think by 11 o'clock that night, I'd won the Limit Hold'em bracelet. So I won one at, I want to say 4 in the morning, and I won one at, 10:30 at night. And it was just a crazy day. And I remember the next day, before that tournament started, that I'd won the event the night before. And, if you want to throw in there, I'd won 2 events on that day. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, 2 bracelets in 1 day. And then I had the chip lead in the main event when I completely fell apart. And that's on me. I mean, I was running good. I was playing great. And the next thing I kind of threw it away. I think it was too much for someone to handle 3 bracelets and the main event.
I've only got one job.
One job this weekend.
Turn it on, he says. Turn it on. Good afternoon. Apologies, because no, he's not spread it. No, I've not got it, but I've got a bit of a sore throat. So this guy's going to be talking for a long time because he's back, and we can cuddle, and we can do all sorts. Welcome back, Jay.
Oh, cannot wait, honestly, for this weekend. Miss London so much, tuning into it. Seemed like a great event. Wish I was there, but back from Manchester, and looks like it's going to be a busy one with the week we've had.
Yep. We are ready to rock and roll. As you can see us. We've had to get dressed. We've had to have a shower. We've had to preen it up and everything. He's had a trim and all sorts. Manchester last year.
Yeah.
We were so looking forward to carrying on.
We were.
Manchester was a great event, and then all of a sudden, things just happened in the world. It was strange times. Yourself, how did you get through it? What's
just been grinding, really, playing a lot of online poker, which was obviously a first for about 2-3 years because I was just playing live, but had to go back to the online streets for about 6 months. Yeah. And then when we came out of it, went back to grinding some private games. But it's been a very, very good pandemic. So
excellent.
Yeah, it's been going well. Poker's been going well.
Good stuff. Mum's back.
Yep.
See, we missed it.
She tuned in London.
That's all right then. That's all right. Hello, Mum.
There, she did tune in.
Hello. Yes. We're just obviously with the Helmuth just being on, and nice for Essa to say. Great interview. It was great by that man to our left on getting him sorted out, and it was just great to talk to him. Did you play any of the World Series online?
No, I didn't.
Why? You not fancy a bracelet?
I didn't.
You know when you win one,
yeah,
you've got to wear it.
Yeah, I know.
Every single event.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You've got to wear one.
Any of the WSPO line.
I've been asking Andy for 20 years, but not a chance. Not a chance. So yes, we are just about to start in Manchester. We've got the honey and lemon. We're ready and set. This guy's going to chat a lot. In the chat boxes, we've got them all open as normal. We're ready. The numbers this week have been insane. And I mean, they have been absolutely insane. Somebody said to PK over the weekend, why is there not a guarantee on the Mini? And PK said, what guarantee would you like it to be? He went, well, why is there no guarantee? He said, well, you give me a figure, and you tell me what it's going to be.
Like,
he says,
even if we put
he says it'll struggle to make 70,000. So what guarantee would you put on then? He went, well, I don't really know. He says, I'll tell you now. He says, you can have any money you want on it. It's going to be at least £100,000. And he went, it won't. So they had a bet. What did it end up with?
£164,000.
164,000 in the Mini.
Ended up with a two-way chop between Paul Fisher and Lawrence Stone.
I don't know how Paul had the time because he's always playing Kaluki.
To be honest with you, he busted me out of the Mini, and then yesterday he took money off me at Kaluki. So.
Yeah, 164,000, and we've said, and because it's new, because excuse me, because the GUKPT was in London last time and the numbers were incredible, we just thought, is it going to continue to Manchester? And everybody was like, well, I'm not too sure. And then all of a sudden it just goes absolutely the 30-30. 44,000 to the winner. I know they chopped it, but it was 44,000 to the winner for the 400.
Yeah,
it's just honestly, the numbers have been insane. Yet last night, the Horlicks for the seniors, 150 runners for the seniors.
Yeah, that was.
They did a chip count at 10 p.m. It was bedtime.
Yeah, Michael Frost taking down the seniors was actually a three-way chop between him,
Martin Frey turns up once, takes the money. Unbelievable. No, it was incredible. And then obviously last night we got the satellite running as well.
Yep.
The alternate list, because of the space in the room, because the old gits just didn't want to play any hands, he was like, fold, and it just went on. But 15 seats and a bit of change. Was it 16? 16 seats and a bit of change in a satellite. Yeah. Just, honestly, the numbers have been incredible, and it just shows that the GUKPT has gone from strength to strength. We all knew London was going to be busy. We weren't too sure about Manchester, and everybody has turned out. It is so good.
Essa won the seniors, didn't he, Essa? Essa, didn't he win the seniors?
Essa, did he final table? He came eighth. He came eighth. He probably blew it. We'll hear a bad beat story in the chat at some point, I'm quite sure. But yeah, Essa managed eighth. Tony Morton was on the final table as well. Andy McNair. So some good names. Some good names. Umincast. Who was the Umincast? A couple of names that aren't on the GDPR. But 17 players got paid. Well done to one and all. It has been so good. Hey, Michael J look he's super healthy. What have you been doing? We know you've trimmed. We know you've had haircut, and I'm glad you had haircut because you didn't know we got the cameras. We didn't know we got the cameras on, did you?
I think it's probably just down to golf. I took up golf about a year and a half ago during the start of lockdown. It's just been walking.
You've not mentioned this.
Yeah, I took up golf about a year and a half ago.
Well, what's the handicap?
I've been put back. I started off 28, but I'm playing off 31 now. So, but I ain't had a lesson. I just go around.
So basically, he's got some sticks and a ball.
Yeah, that's it. And I just go around and hit. But the thing is, I started off really well, but I've just hit like. I don't know, recently it's just gone downhill.
Practice.
It's gone downhill, yeah, that's what I mean.
Lessons and practice.
Yeah.
Ring Katie up. Get Jack to play.
Yeah.
Get Jack to give you some lessons.
He's a proper golfer, isn't he? He plays off like 1, doesn't he?
No, he plays off +2. At 13 years
That's
old,
crazy.
he plays off +2. He's captain of Kent. He's in the England team. He's now starting to travel on the under-18s tour. I'll tell you what, if he continues,
at that age as well, so much
13
time.
he's +2. So if anybody wants to go, see, we just hit a ball with sticks.
Yeah, that's
he
it.
plays golf. He does play golf. So yes, it's if you want any lessons, we've got Katie playing this weekend, I'm sure. So yes. So any questions in the chat boxes, just stick them in. We've got them all open, and we're going live to the action when the table starts.
Mr. P-Man says, hi Tara and Jay, well done on cashing the mini. I heard how you got knocked out, unlucky, but we're not going to mention the mini, I don't think, this weekend.
What happened in the mini?
It don't matter. It does not matter. It's a story. I've never had a story like it before, but it's a great story.
Yes, well, I'm sure we'll tell it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be mentioned once or twice throughout the weekend.
I'm not mentioning it.
It's a 40k story in my eyes.
But he didn't even realise the guy had hit a royal.
Yeah, I didn't. That is very true.
You just saw the 10. You just saw the 10 on the river, and that was it. You thought, go. So yeah, are we on a delay? No, we are not on a. The live stream pictures are on a 30-minute delay. We're live so we can chat to you in the chat box, and then what happens is when the pictures come onto our TV, we're actually 30 minutes behind like everybody else. So we see the pictures at the same time as you, so we can chat in the chat box, and that's how it works. Because obviously, if we were looking at the live stream pictures, we wouldn't be able to use the chat boxes because we'd be then 30 minutes in front, if you see what I mean. So that's how it works.
But almost time.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Boz is in the building. Afternoon, Boz. Jack is going places. So we saw Boz played in the Army and Navy Veterans in Lytham St Anne's. Oh. He came second in his section. Oh. Well done to Boz. Played from Cardiff. I thought you were up here playing this main event. I think he was over for the 30-30 at the weekend. So yeah. Michael, for Coventry GUKPT, do we know what seating capacity is, assuming no access to conference rooms like Goliath? Coventry. Well, there's obviously 2 sections to there's the main card room in Coventry, which I think's got 12 tables. Yeah. And then they'll be used in the feature table down where the sports area is. Okay. But obviously, we don't, like you say, correct. We don't use the Goliath room. We don't use the Goliath room at all because obviously that's the Rico Arena. It's not the Rico Arena anymore.
No,
you've got to get used to it. Yeah. The Coventry Building Society Stadium is what it's called now, and that just rolls off the tongue like the Rico, doesn't it? But yeah, so. There are 12 tables in the normal area. There's a sports bar where the feature table will go, and the fantastic feature table that you'll be watching for the next 4 days here in Manchester, and then tables around that as well. So that's what it'll be. So, and we know Coventry. If
it's
numbers,
be my first GUKPT Coventry. Never done one Coventry.
That's
before.
true. That's true. We should be looking at the looking up at the record books to find the winners. I know Stu Rutter won one, but I don't think it was the last one, so we will definitely have to check the archives before we go into Coventry. But yes, please, in the chat boxes, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitch, the GUKPT, stick your questions in. Don't abuse us, because I have now got the power to block and delete
Towers
anybody.
On moderation.
So please. No swearing in the chat box. I was obviously later in the game, no spoilers, but that doesn't really matter too much. But any abuse towards anybody, I've now got the power. They've given me some, after 14 years. No, it took a long time.
Yeah.
It took a long time, but we now have the power. But yes, we can't wait for Coventry. Obviously, it got changed because Edinburgh was cancelled and then put back in. So Edinburgh is now just a main event. Speaking to, is it Ian from Edinburgh? Andy?
Pardon?
Was it Ian who we were speaking to from Edinburgh?
I think his name was Ian. I think so, yeah. Guy with the clever tash.
Yes, and he's got the old Twizzler going on. He was saying that Edinburgh will be running satellites all week prior, and they'll be getting bigger and bigger up to the main event, because Edinburgh is just a main event for the GUKPT. Obviously got postponed because of restrictions in Scotland were different to restrictions in England. They had to make a decision. We went to Coventry, and then restrictions came back, so it looks like things are just about back to normal in Scotland. So, but it is just a main event. So we'll be going up on the Wednesday morning, setting up. We'll be having a bit of a sing along down the gas market whenever we go there, and it would just be good to get out.
Yeah, it will.
It'd be just to get out. We were setting up here last night, and it was got a little bit late, and it was just one of those. But yes, we're looking forward to the rest of the tour.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Looking forward to the rest of the tour.
It's great as well, because when we finish, we've only got 2-3 weeks before we've got another leg this year. It's not going to be like 5-6 weeks, so plenty to come.
I think they've realised as well. Obviously, we started in July, but the legs and obviously we've been so successful.
Yeah.
And it works because London, we're going twice and not 3 times. But the rest of the legs are in there what we normally do. Luton, Blackpool, Leeds, now Edinburgh. Coventry's an addition.
Yeah.
If Coventry's successful, be impossible to cancel for next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Impossible.
I can't say it can't not be successful.
The Midlands have been crying out for one for...
Yeah,
the Midlands have been crying out for one for a long time. You used to go to Walsall all the time when it first started. But yeah, it's... we are looking forward to getting back. I'm just going to quickly grab myself a honey and lemon, as you can hear the old thing. So this guy's in charge of the chat box. If anybody abuses you, don't forget.
Yeah, I'll jump on
we've
the
got the
laptop
power. We have quick honey and lemon, and then we'll be going live to the feature very shortly.
Good afternoon, Hog King. Good afternoon, lads. Danny Ryder on the feature table, first one, so you'll be able to root for him. We will be getting underway in just under 5 minutes on the feature table. I'm fine, thank you, Tower. I'm good.
T-boy's back.
Yeah, Tower's on the tees today. To the first feature table, we've got to start off the day. Just got 5 names so far, starting off 5-handed as players filter through the door. It's going to be Charles Hill, Daniel Ryder, Stuart Lord, Michael Monsieres, and Craig Dawson. Going to be the first feature table of the day. Afternoon, Gully in the chat. Let's go, Ryder and Span. Bring the trophy home, lads. I was speaking to Andy yesterday. First time I met him, Andy back. Span online, seemed like a really nice guy, and hopefully see him have a nice run as well.
Mark Valentine's just walked in. Any news on Malta?
No, at the moment there's no news.
The Battle of Malta. Grosvenor. What?
No, there's
No news.
At the moment,
Grosvenor's took
Malta are restricted to 5-handed.
5-handed.
5-handed, are they really? We took some qualifiers, didn't we, Grosvenor, last time they did the Battle of Malta?
There was about 25.
It was fantastic. It was really, really good. It was a great week in Malta. If it does return, we will let you know. I'm sure the online team will be getting quite a lot of satellites up and running as quickly as possible. But yeah, it's no news is sometimes not good news.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I think we'll know more in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Hopefully by Coventry.
So yes, we are just about ready. In fact, we'll just get the feature table up and running.
Get these faces off the screen.
Get these faces off the screen. So we are just about set. We will cross over to the feature table very, very shortly. The guys are just about to sit down. We have a couple of minutes chat from the guys, but at this moment in time, there's no Malta, so the online guys will be keeping us abreast of what's happening with the online teams. But the satellites have been running well for the GUKPT, and all the other 30-30s. You can play it. What about playing the day ones? And then you can pick where you want to go and play.
Yeah.
How good's that?
Yeah, that's good.
How good's that? I love that. Even I might try. 1 minute, then we're on.
Yeah. So, going to be moving over to the feature table very shortly. 12.50 buy-in, 1100 plus the juice. Hour clock. Plenty of play. First few levels. Don't expect to see too much action on the tables, as always. Got to use the first couple of hours, get used to who's at your table, who you're playing with, understand their tendencies, maybe use it to your advantage later on during the day.
Oh, quickly run about. I tell you what, my step count's going to be good this week. So, thanks for tuning in. We are in for the next 4 days.
There we are.
The boys are here. The table is just about ready. We are, as always, which is custom, on a day 1A, a little bit short-handed. It's an unfortunate thing that does happen when we start main events. But as always, it will fill up. But Jay, who have we got around the first feature table in Manchester?
So in seat 1 is going to be Charles Hill, seat 3 Daniel Ryder, seat 5 Stuart Lord, seat 7 Michael Modzires, and seat 9 is going to be Craig Dawson, and that looks like Dave G in trap 8, so he's going to be on the featured for the first couple of hours as well. Played quite a bit of poker with Dave in the mini day 2 on Tuesday. I think he had quite a deep run, I think just shy of the final table. Oh, we're going to have Chris Maguire in seat 2 as well.
So it's first flop. Very early stages.
Yeah, 100. Won't expect to see too much action going on these first couple of hours tower. I've just noticed Dan Ryder in seat 3. I was speaking with him at the bar Monday night, and I think he's got satellite to the tournament. He said to me, "What are the odds I'll get on the feature table for a day 1?" And I think I said about 10 to 1, and here he is. Here he is sat on there first day.
Yeah. You said 1 to 10.
Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see how both Dave G and Chris Maguire, very good players, approach these first couple of levels.
David G, passport winner in previous times. Any news when it's coming to Edinburgh, says Ewan. Have we mentioned that? Yes, we know the dates for Edinburgh because we have them now that Edinburgh has been announced. We know it changed from Coventry, but the GUKPT will be in Edinburgh on the 29th of September until the 3rd of September. Well, we'll be there on the main event is the 30th of August. The 30th of September for 4 days. So it finishes at sometime Sunday night, 3rd of October. So the last weekend in September, we will be up for the GUKPT Edinburgh. 3 GUKPTs in September. We've got this event right now, and then we've got GUKPT Coventry the first week in September. Then we've got GUKPT Leeds starting on the 19th till the 26th, and then the 30th till the 3rd of October is Edinburgh. So a busy GUKPT month.
Yeah, got a lot coming up. Lots and lots. Good afternoon, ship it, baby. Great to see Jay back. Really give a shout out to my hometown in Llanfairfetchan. Is that it, Tal? You're better with the Welsh than me.
I only know Cardiff because I can say it. I apologise. I apologise for all my Welsh friends that it's
I'll have to ring you back.
the pronunciations. I do apologise, and I think trying to even have a go at it most of the time you'd probably upset somebody. So I do apologise.
Yeah, afternoon, Kev.
The Shippy baby. Yes, it is good to see Jay back. He's looking good, and he's going to be chatting because the tower's on the honey and lemon.
What the bad news? Got to restart.
What?
Oh, we haven't, have we?
Yeah. We've got to restart.
What's happened?
Well,
We were amazing in London. First time in 16 months, nothing went wrong.
Yeah,
Everything turned on.
yeah,
the microphone worked. Every camera
It's
worked.
always me. It's always
everything's
me.
working. It's just we haven't set a few things up correctly, so we need to reboot it.
So everything that we've just done in the last half an hour, don't worry about it. We will be back. Are we instantly doing it?
Instantly.
We are instantly.
It'll be on and off, but it will have to have the other 30-minute delay again because obviously the game action's going to catch us.
Right, and it's not as if we can chat to everybody, is it?
We've
I
got
know.
episodes 2 and 3 of Helmut on for you.
Right, okay. So,
Have we got them lined up, Paul?
not yet.
No.
We will have in a minute. So apologies that we will have to restart the.
Give us a second. Let's line up.
We will have to restart the live stream because the sound audio from the table to the comms is not coming through. Andy's owned up to it. So
Yeah. Well, I have to, don't I?
and it's not Jay's fault. Like I said, nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong at all in London, so it's not your fault. So we will have to restart very shortly, and we'll let you know. But we will be putting on the Phil Hellmuth Part 2 and Part 3 of the fantastic hour with the tower that we had during lockdown last year.
Episode 1. Yeah.
You just watched, haven't we?
In your London thing,
Razor Kev's off to Blackpool, ready up. Good to see you at the weekend, Razor Kev. Hope you're watching the live stream for the next 4 days, in and out during what should be cracking feature table and main event. As we know, the place has been absolutely rammed for a week, and it's just like
First
Thursday day one here, the first quiet one we've had.
Yeah, that's it. First 3-bet pot of the day here. Dan in position, 3-betting King Queen suited here. He's going to win this pot. Should be c-betting this board almost always here. And expect Charles to just get out of the way with Queen High.
Teething problems, Tower.
Teething problems, is that what it is?
Yeah. After how many seasons?
After an amazingly successful London return after
What-
16 months of nothingness.
What's changed since London? It's always me. It's just me. I'll bring the run bad into the booth.
Pokemel says Maybury has just announced that the first tournament is on Sunday the 22nd of August. I feel like going up. Shall we go up and play Edinburgh's first tournament? How much is a train? Do you think they'll put me in? I'm not Jim.
We could have a round of golf. We go up there early and then we have a round of golf in Edinburgh.
Done. Right. We'll sort that out when we come back from the live stream. We'll have a chat. We'll sort out a round of golf.
We're not far away. I'm going to set this up.
That sounds good to me. What am I doing on 21st of on 22nd of August? Is it 22nd of August or 22nd of September? Let us know, Mel.
Right.
Sunday 22nd. Is there a Sunday 22nd in August? Yes, there is. Sunday 22nd. I'm free. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter about guarantee. It's just good to be playing poker again. There was no guarantee on the mini main. Nobody's going to play it because there's no guarantee. It took 170 grand. It doesn't matter.
Afternoon, Nate. Good to hear you're better, Jay. Did your man crush send you any good wishes? Patrick Antonio. She was on FaceTime every day, speaking to him every day. Wonder what Patrick's up to now. Haven't seen him. I saw him play the old heads up online against Ivy. The two goats battling.
Did he?
Yeah, they
was
both
that?
made it to the final. I think it was a World Poker Tour event online. It could have
All right.
been a different event, but it was. They both made the heads up final.
Awesome. Pokemel. This is getting better. It's an £110 buy-in. We're not asked. There's no guarantee. We'll be there.
Yeah.
And Mel says she'll get us some free golf.
Free golf.
Well, this trip to Edinburgh is looking.
Yeah, it's looking
like it could happen.
Go for a restart, boys.
Give Patrick my regards. He likes salmiakki. So do I. Can't believe there's no salmiakki in the building this week. Unbelievable.
We're going for a restart.
Are we going for a restart? Have we got the Elmeth lined up?
Yes.
Episodes 2 and 3.
Back on.
So, for the start, unfortunately, we do have to restart because the sound is not coming through the table to the comms room. Enjoy episode 2 and 3 of Mr. Phil Hellmuth Jr. and we will return
about 10 past.
We'll return with the live action and we'll revert back to all the chat boxes because Mel's given us some good news. We'll see you back in 30 minutes.